What it do, Israelite family? What it do, my family? I just have a couple of words I want to share with y'all. And I'm going to call this Israelite family, pay them no mind. Pay them no mind, family. And who I'm talking about are the people from the nations, mainly all those who are being deported from this country. All those who came here illegally, undocumented, don't have a leg to stand on, and a lot of them are making videos on YouTube talking about the so-called black people. Out of all of what they are enduring and what they have to go through, why would they have us on their minds? You know what that's all about, family? You see, in the book of Jubilees, it says that all those people who Yah did not choose, but he chose us, Israelites, the people that he did not choose, he placed spirits of authority among them to lead all of them astray from him. So this isn't something that just started, all this rhetoric that they're kicking out against us. See, now that our Father and the Ruach has turned back to us, Israelites, okay, they have all this negative rhetoric that they're kicking out towards us, as if we are the ones who are causing their misery. What that is, family, is that those spirits Yah has placed among them is leading them to say all these ungodly things towards Yah's people. Even when we were deep in our curses, years before 2019 came, we was trying our best to just be friends with anybody from the nations who would accept us, because we didn't understand what was going on, why everybody seemed to hate us and, not want us to be a part of, their conversations at times. We were ignored. It was like we were always ostracized as the other people, that the world just would not embrace and accept fully. And we didn't know why. But see, even then, when they were in their blessings, those spirits that Yah had placed among them to lead them astray from him was causing them to show us hate way back then when they were in their blessing. Now that we're coming into our blessing and they're coming into their curses, it is the same thing. They have something against Yah's chosen people. But it's those spirits Yah has placed among them to lead them to say these bad, negative things toward us. And there are scriptures that said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. So every time they open their mouth against Yah's chosen people for no reason, for no reason at all, what I mean by that is like we haven't done anything to cause their misery. What is happening to them, this is all from Yah. And he's using our president, to round them up, to kick them out of this land. See, they don't know nothing about that. They were never taught these things in their Sunday churches by their priests and their cardinals and their pope. They kept all the truth from them. So they're blind. They're blind. And the only thing they know how to do is what those spirits Yah has placed among them lead them to do. And it's to say bad things about Yah's chosen people. But I'm saying to you, my people, pay no attention to misery who love company. Those who are being kicked out of the country are full of misery, and misery loves company. There's another scripture that says, submit to our Elohim and resist the devil and he will flee. So those videos, don't even pay them no mind, family, because they don't know what they're talking about. They're all naive and they're just blind and don't know where they're going. Don't even know where they came from. See, way before the colonizers even came here, Christopher Columbus in 1492 to the Caribbean islands and stuff. You know, our people were here then. Their president, see, they don't listen. They don't listen very well. The president of Mexico said earlier this year that the black people are the indigenous people of this land. That land, Mexico, not only Mexico, but also North America and Central America and the Caribbean islands and the Virgin Islands, family. You see, but, you know, I say, you know, when I see those videos on YouTube, I don't pay them no mind. I might have commented some biblical scriptures to try to help them understand that this is Yah's will. And, you know, they're just bitter and angry. But see, they have these spirits among them. And they've always had these spirits among them. Or they've always hated Yah's chosen people. That's because they don't have any of Yah's word in them. You know, maybe just a handful, you know, understand that, you know, it is not our fault that these things are happening to them. But we were cursed by our father for our ancestors' sin. And as we were born and coming up in the lands in whatever state we came from, you know, we didn't ask for this to happen to us. We were born into it. You know what I'm saying? And the curses carried down from generation to generation. And so now this is what's happening to them. This is what's happening to them. They made a deal with the devil to come over here and join with Esau. And, you know, they were given dainties and perks, and they accepted them, you know, but what went along with those dainties and perks was that they had to hate the Negroes, okay? And they accepted that, you know, and I don't have anything against anybody in the world as far as what nation they are from. You know, in fact, some of my sisters had children by, you know, Latinos. You know, so I have nephews and nieces who are half Latino. One sister, I had 2 children by this Puerto Rican guy, and then his brother. This is way back in the 70s and 80s. And then one of my sisters had 4 kids by his brother. So I have Latino people in my family, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we grew up with Puerto Ricans and stuff in Indiana, you know. I mean, you know, but, you know, some of them are Israelites, you know, whether they know it or not, you know. But as far as these ones who just seem to hate us, and they don't even understand why, it's because they have these spirits that Yah has placed among them, you know, and these spirits are leading them to say these things and to hate us. But the more they do it, they only curse themselves, because Yah's word said in the book of Genesis, those who bless Israel shall be blessed. Those who curse Israel shall be cursed. So as they keep putting their mouth on us in negative ways, with all kind of ungodly negative rhetoric, they're only cursing themselves. So that's why I say to you, my family, don't even entertain those who are miserable. Misery loves company. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on. We know that there's a switch going on. Yah has, you know, he's raising us back up to the top, and he's bringing these nations down to be the tail, and we're going to be the head again. That's what's going on, because we suffered the punishment of our curses, you know, 1619, 2019, and they just don't understand and know how to accept the curses that have befallen upon them. You know, they made the deal with the devil, and now it's time for them to reap the reward of that, reap the whirlwind. And this is just only the beginning. They don't even understand that eventually they will be serving us, and in order to live in Yahushua Mashiach's kingdom on this earth, they will have to serve Israel or perish. Those nations will be utterly wasted, the ones that won't serve Israel. This is what everything is coming to, but this is just the beginning. This is only the beginning, you know. So don't entertain those who are miserable, family. Misery loves company. So anyway, family, You know, I just posted not too long ago, a few days ago, that I received the Old Testament pseudepigrapha books, but I haven't really started digging into them yet because I'm still reading out of the book of Jasher, and I want to finish. I want to just stop where I am now. I want to finish reading all of Jasher, and I had been interested in the book of Jasher, you know, months ago, like a year ago, when I got this big book. It's 120 book, you know, with Bible apocrypha, but the Jasher in that big white book that I have, that's fiction. It just says Jasher, you know. So anybody who reading out of a book that just says Jasher, be careful, family, you know, because I Googled it and I said, is this fact or fiction? It just says Jasher. It said fiction. It has to be the book of Jasher. It has to say the book of Jasher. That's the real one right there. And inside the Sefer Bible that I have at home, it says Jasher, also known as the book of Jasher. So that's the one right there. The other one I was reading last year, hoping that I can find a lot of interesting stuff to share with the family via YouTube. And then I found out, you know, that I said, okay, let me Google this, because it was saying some things that were contrary to other parts of the scriptures. And I Googled, I said, is Jasher fact or fiction? And immediately said, yes, it's fiction. And so I stopped reading that, and I didn't understand which one was saying the truth, the one that was in the white book, or that I have the 120 book apocrypha, or the one that I had in Joshua, in the book of Jasher rather, in the Sefer Bible, the book of Jasher that's inside. I didn't know which one was really authentic, but I have to give credit to our brother Big Judah, because listening at him, I really found out that the one inside the Sefer Bible, that's the real book of Jasher. So I'm just waiting on him to do another live so I can bless him, you know what I'm saying? Bless this Cash App. You know, scripture says in the book of Luke chapter 6 verse 38, if you give, it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, man shall give it to your bosom. So as we bless our men and women of Yah, Yah will bless us in return. So we can't outgive Yah. Okay, so that's what I intend to do. Next time this brother put up a live, you know, I have joined his channel over on Patreon, and I have joined, you know, and doing a little bit of blessing him over there. But, you know, over here on YouTube, I'm just waiting on him to do another live so I can bless his Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, you know, he puts a lot of time and studying and effort into, you know, serving Yah and serving Yah's people by feeding Yah's sheep. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, because a lot of what I know, family, I learned from our brother, Big Judah. So I thank Yah for him, and I thank Yah for all you. Okay, so I'm just at this joint. I took the day off from work. I'm here to get an oil change, and it's close to the time for me to take my car in there. Okay, so family, I'm still in the book of Jasher, reading over a lot of interesting stuff that I've never read before. So just hang in there, stay tuned to this channel, and I will have something good from the word of Yah to share with his sheep. I love him, and I love you guys so much. So family, be mindful. Hey, don't give your attention to those who are miserable. Misery loves company. Talking about those from the nations. Getting mad just because they're getting deported. But they ain't seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning. All right, okay. With that, I'm just going to end right here, family, with one love and shalom.